What you tolerate, you accept. I'm going to talk about how to stop tolerating your own BS and what you can do to actively push against it. That's what this video is going to be about today. I want you to understand where I'm coming from. I'm coming from a place of once upon a time, I had a bunch of stuff that I was tolerating for myself. Bunch of negative habits, bunch of negative thinking. And I completely shifted that over the last year or so. I want you to do the same thing with yourself. Who am I? I'm just a 23-year-old kid, right? That's all I am. But I put myself on a life trajectory that's completely different from a couple years ago, right? Broken ACL, lost in a bunch of bad habits, and rebuilding myself from there. And this is one of the key concepts that has helped me change my life. You know, it's not like I'm living this luxury life. I'm rich. I have a Lamborghini and have a wife and kids and a big mansion. That's not it. Matter of fact, it's the complete opposite, bro. It's the complete opposite, bro. I'm still living with my pops. I'm working, gotta work multiple jobs. I'm building the business from the ground up. I am actively pushing myself in the trenches. And that's why I feel qualified as fuck to make this video, because I'm in it. And I'm telling you, everything that you tolerate, you accept, bro. You accept what you tolerate. I'm tired of hearing people that are similar in my position, right? That are building themselves back up, that don't have what they want. And they're saying, oh, no, it's just happening to me. No, it's not, bro. You're tolerating it. You're tolerating that shit. And once I looked in the mirror and I said, bro, I'm not tolerating any more of your bullshit. That was when I finally changed. That was when I was like, bro, I know I can do better. I cannot tolerate this anymore. And there was many times over the last couple years where I looked in that mirror and I felt disgusted with what I saw. Many times. And there are still pieces of my life that reflect back in that mirror, and it still disgusts me, right? I'm not okay with where I'm at, right? But that's a different topic. What I'm tolerating in my life right now is not the same than what I was a couple years ago, or even a year ago, even 6 months ago. It's not the same. My standards have risen. And that's how you know you're not tolerating it anymore. That's how you know your standards are rising. When you feel that inclination in your gut that says, fuck, bro, I should be further. You probably should. When you feel that inclination, that intuition that says, bro, you're better than this. You probably are better than that. And you're tolerating certain things. You don't hold strong boundaries with yourself. That was the biggest thing with me. I didn't hold strong boundaries with myself, so I didn't hold strong boundaries with my friends or my coworkers or the people that I was working with. It was shit boundaries, bro. Terrible. I wanted to be liked by everybody. I thought that's where I got my value from. That's what I thought. But it wasn't until I went internally. I looked in the mirror and I'm like, bro, you're not tolerating your bullshit. You are raising your standard, and you're not going to choose. You're not going to accept what you are currently tolerating anymore. So how did I raise my standard? How did I get through that? Because if I can get this one topic through somebody's head who's going through it, bro, like me, it's going to make me feel fulfilled, right? I feel like my duty here is done through these videos that I'm making, one video a day in 2026. And that's what I believe that is going to get me to where I need to go. When I build this brand, I build this online coaching business, and I help other men change their lives. But it starts with one brick at a time. And that's what you need to do. Start laying the bricks. Start saying, I'm gonna remove this brick out of my life. I'm not tolerating this crappy brick, this bent brick. It's making my whole house go sideways. I'm gonna remove it. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna make sure I replace it with a healthy brick. And these bricks are your habits. These bricks are your internal conversations. These bricks are your friends. These bricks are the things you do on a daily fucking basis. You know exactly what kind of bricks I'm talking about. And over time, you develop this sense of, okay, this is a bad brick. Okay, this is where I need to push. This is where I need to move. This is what I need to do. This is what I don't need to do. And you train yourself to identify the faulty patterns in your life, or the areas that you need to change, you need to improve. And that becomes your focus. What you tolerate, you accept. Stop accepting the stuff that you don't want in your life. Right? If somebody brings a pile of dog shit to your front door, you ain't gotta accept it. So if somebody tries to bring you bad habits, if somebody tries to bring you a conversation that you don't want, right? Somebody wants to kind of tell you what they think is right, and they don't have what you want. They are not an example of how you want to be leading your life. Why would you accept it? You can say, okay, thank you, and just leave it at the door. You could be respectful. But you don't need to accept it. You don't need to put the dog shit into your house. But many of us tolerate it. Right? Many of us tolerate it from our own selves. We sometimes go outside and bring our own dog shit into our house, into our brains, into our minds, into our life. We bring the bad habits. We bring the guilt. We bring the shame. How is it that we are our own worst enemy? How is it that that's the case? Why? There's actual people that would love to stop you. There's actual people that would actually harm you. And as men, I think that's the best mindset to come about it. Right? This isn't no like hype shit. But there's people that would kill to be in your position right now. To have your wife or your family or your house or your car, your shoes. Right? People have killed over way less. Way less, dude. Gang on a street corner kills for some control over a little corner. So I want you to really take this in, bro. Really take this in and adopt this kind of thinking into your life, right? My fitness is dialed and I continuously improve myself on a daily fucking basis. And if you can do the same thing, it's inevitable that you're going to win. You just need to get out of your own way. Stop accepting the stuff from other people that you don't want, or from yourself, right? What you tolerate, you accept. Stop tolerating your own bullshit. Stop it. I've created a system for you called the Forge system. Fitness is your foundation. You order your morning. You relentlessly execute on your goals, God over everything, and evolve and evaluate. You can apply this system to stop tolerating your shit. Right? That's what it's meant for. To dial in your fitness, dial in your routines, dial in your habits, and that changes your life. I don't know how people go through life and they're fat or they're skinny fat. They're not in shape. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me, because health is one of the most basic things that a man has. And if he doesn't have it, he doesn't have shit, no matter what kind of money he's making. And then, bro, it's like, if you just sit around all day and you go to work, you do your business, take care of your family, that's great. But you're out of shape, bro. You're out of shape. Your standards need to be risen tenfold, dog. Tenfold. And once you understand that, you don't tolerate your own shit. You force yourself to wake up earlier. You force yourself to get in the gym. You force yourself to eat the clean meal. You force yourself to dial in your habits. You force yourself to become a better leader. That is what God calls us to do. I believe God calls us into purpose. He doesn't call us to happiness, bro. He calls us into purpose. Tired of hearing this bullshit. Oh, you got to be happy. Oh, God wants you to be happy. No, he doesn't, bro. He wants you to be purposeful. And guess what? Purpose brings happiness. But you know what else it brings? Struggle. You know what else it brings? Trials and tribulations. Discipline. Duty. Purpose. That is what it is. That is what men are called for. That is what Jesus came here to do. He had a mission and he fulfilled it. As men, you were put on this earth for a mission. You have a purpose. You are not meant to go numb, to run to the drugs, to run to the girls, to run to worldly desires. That is bullshit distractions that the media and whoever else wants to control your mind and have you tolerate your own shit. But they don't want you listening to this message. They don't want you in control. They don't want you saying, no, I'm not tolerating my shit anymore. Therefore, I'm not tolerating your shit anymore. Now you become a dangerous motherfucker. So, that's what I got for you today. Become the man God called you to be. I hope this message resonated with somebody. Just one person, one man. If I helped them change their life, I feel complete. Leave a comment if this impacted you. Share it with somebody. I'm always posting, again, 365 days of YouTube videos all year long. And that is not easy, gentlemen. That is not easy at all. Building a business is not easy. Working multiple jobs is not easy. And becoming a better human being is not easy. But it's fucking worth it. It's fucking worth it. So, I will see y'all in the next video. Stay dangerous. Bye for now.